Hey everyone, welcome back to another PvP showcase where today we're going to be looking at Awakened Fancyoon. Now, I do want to apologize for the long wait on the video. The trash thing is like super stupid and you needed 1,000 points. So basically I had to grind all day yesterday when this thing first came out and today, also AFK chain overnight just to get the 1,000 and yeah, it was very painful, very grindy. I think I might be one of the only few people that has the rune right now, so you get to see it firsthand, how good it is. But yeah, that's besides the point. As you can see, I'm also a Gamma Zeref. If you play Illuminating Legacy, you might know, maybe not. Anyway, whatever. So, let's get straight into it. So, what we're gonna be doing is like a slow pivot set, because when this thing awakens it becomes a little slower. It has a 60 base speed. I can read you guys the stats really quickly. So since you can't see the stats currently, the base stat for the awakened, same thing as normal, 80. The awakened's attack, is 125. Both defenses are 110. The magical attack is 100. So you can also use like mixed moves, I guess, even though it doesn't really have any. I don't know if this thing gets toxic bomb, but I also know it does not get infection, so unfortunately you can't use that. And the speed is 60, like I said. And now the most important thing for this Doodle is when you awaken, you actually set up lingering poison as soon as you awaken, and whenever you switch in you get infinite an infinite amount of lingering poisons. Like, it's instant. So as soon as you switch in, boom, lingering poison. And it's so powerful, dude. Like, you can easily get the entire team poisoned, especially if you use like a commanding blow user like my Endovul over here. Commanding blow, you switch them out or force them to switch out, and with the ruler it makes it never miss. So yeah, you can basically just poison their entire team without them being able to do anything. And we're also pairing it up with Opportunist Gyronaut so that we can basically just punish all of them for having status conditions, and we do 50% more damage. So yeah, you basically just nuke everything once you get everything poisoned. Also, the poison chip is really nice. It's like, I want to say 1/8 of their health each time. 1/10, 1/12, I don't know the exact number, but it does quite a lot of damage. Now the moves that we're using is Disarm, Dark Slash, Hit and Run, and Heal. Hit and Run, standard, and Heal, or standard. I think it should be used on all sets. Even if you're not a slow pivot like mine, you should still have Hit and Run so that you can switch out and get other Doodles on the floor that want like the other opposing Doodle to be poisoned, specifically Opportunist Doodles. So unfortunately this thing does stay the same type whenever it awakens. It does not become a crystal or a dark type. It's still basic poison. Kind of disappointing, but it's fine. You have Disarm so that you can basically punish anyone that's trying to switch out, specifically steel types that try and switch in. Seraphim was like a good example in this, even though it wasn't using Enchanted Rupee. Yeah, I don't know. You only have one stab, that being Disarm. Yeah. And then you also have Dark Slash for specifically spirit types. The main one being Seam Knight, so you can basically just 1v1 that. And it was actually able to beat Seam Knight a few times. Because in every single battle, I don't know why and what's up with everyone using Seam Knight, but all 3 battles, they all had Seam Knight. That's besides the point again. So we have Epic Shades, Stone Necklace, and Pure Tear. Epic Shades, you get some attack and HP. Stone Necklace, you lose speed, so you become more of a slow pivot and then get stats and everything else. And then Pure Tear for 15 extra HP. Very powerful, very OP Doodle, I would say. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's hop into the first battle.